Welcome to Grammar Grade 7. I'm really glad you're here. This is Unit 1, Lesson 1, and we're beginning with the foundation of all writing, the sentence. Every idea you share, every question you ask, every message you send is built out of sentences. So today we'll get to know the two kinds you rely on most, the ones that tell and the ones that ask. Let's get started. So, what exactly is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that expresses one complete thought. Two things are always true. It opens with a capital letter and it closes with an end mark. Now here's the part many people overlook. That end mark is not just a place to stop. The end mark actually reveals the sentence's job, what the sentence is trying to do. Swap the mark and you can change the whole job. Every sentence is doing one of four jobs. It can tell you something, it can ask you something, it can exclaim with strong feeling, or it can give a command. Those last two, exclaiming and commanding, are waiting for us in the very next lesson. Today, we zero in on the two you'll use the most, telling and asking. The telling ones are called declarative, and the asking ones are called interrogative. They're long words, but the ideas underneath them are wonderfully simple. Let's begin with the declarative sentence, the one that tells. A declarative sentence simply states something, and it ends with a period. Look at this one. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain. That's giving you a fact, plain and clear. Here are two more. Our team practices every Thursday. And I believe autumn is the best season. Notice something important. It doesn't matter whether the sentence states a fact everyone accepts or an opinion that's just yours. As long as it is telling you something and it ends with a period, it's declarative. Now the interrogative sentence, the one that asks. Interrogative simply means asking a question, and instead of a period, it ends with a question mark. Watch how I can take those same ideas and turn each of them into a question. Is Mount Everest the tallest mountain? When does our team practice? Which season do you like best? Each one is now reaching out for an answer, and every single one closes with that curved question mark. If a sentence is asking, it is interrogative. Here's a move that makes the whole idea click. Take a statement. The storm will arrive by midnight. That's declarative. It tells and it ends with a period. Now flip it into a question. Will the storm arrive by midnight? Same storm, same midnight, but now we are asking, so it ends with a question mark. Watch what happened. The verb hopped up to the front, and the end mark changed. And just like that, the sentence has a brand new job. Let's look inside a question for a moment. Many questions carry a clue right at the front, and their proof at the very end. Consider this one. Is the museum open today? The little helping verb sits up front and signals that a question is on the way. Then the question mark at the very end seals the deal. A clue up front and a mark at the end, working together. So how do you catch a question in the wild? There are clues right at the front. Many questions open with a question word, such as who, what, when, where, why, or how. Others open with a small helping verb, such as do, does, did, is, are, or will. Those opening words are terrific hints, but the surest proof of all is the mark at the very end. Look at this one. Which road leads to the harbor? The question mark at the close confirms it every single time. Let's boil everything down to a quick two-step check you can run on any sentence. Step 1. Does it tell you something? If it does, it's declarative, and it takes a period. Step 2. Does it ask you something? If it does, it's interrogative, and it takes a question mark. Tell or ask, then match the end mark to the job. That is the whole idea. Ready to practice a few together? In this first set, read each sentence and decide, is it a statement, which we call declarative, or a question, which we call interrogative? Pause the video and try each one on your own before I reveal the answer. The Nile is the longest river in Africa. Is this telling or asking? It's handing you a fact about geography, and it ends with a period. Nobody is being asked anything here, so the answer is declarative. How does a caterpillar become a butterfly? This one opens with the question word how, and it is clearly reaching for an answer. It ends with a question mark, so the answer is interrogative. Daniel, could you explain the directions again? Be careful here. It starts with a name, Daniel, which can feel like a statement. But the core of it, could you explain the directions again, is a question, and it ends with a question mark, so the answer is interrogative. Now each sentence is missing its end mark. Decide which one it needs, a period for a statement or a question mark for a question. Pause and try each before I answer. The concert begins at 8 o'clock. This is telling you when something will happen. It's a statement, so it's declarative, and it needs a period. So the answer is the period. Have you finished reading the novel? Notice the opener, have you? That is asking you something, so it's interrogative. And an interrogative sentence needs a question mark. So the answer is the question mark. Why do leaves change color in fall? The word why at the front is asking for a reason, a cause. That makes it a question, so it's interrogative, and it ends with a question mark. So the answer is the question mark. Let's gather up what we learned. Every sentence is one complete thought, running from a capital letter all the way to an end mark. A declarative sentence tells you something, and it ends with a period. An interrogative sentence asks you something, and it ends with a question mark. Tell or ask, then match the end mark, and you have it. In our next lesson, we'll meet the other two jobs, sentences that burst out with feeling and sentences that give commands. Great work today. I'll see you there.